that. Ooh, I'm gonna fall on my butt. Okay. Ooh, we got fish coming on the screen. Quick fresh intro. So today what we are doing is we are fishing some, so I should mention, this is the day after the major blizzard, which turned out to be more of a minor blizzard, but that's neither here nor there. It was supposed to be this historic event where we had 30 inches of snow, you know, all that good stuff, and I think we ended up with about 14, 12 to 14, that range. So that's kind of where we're at. So we're fishing post frontal conditions, and I missed him. Post frontal conditions, so that often tends to lead to a more difficult, more finicky bite, and I've got fish all over me. But what we're trying to do today is we're trying to find these little clusters of fish, and we're being pretty successful at it. I literally have a dozen fish on me, and I can't get a single one to bite. There we go. All right, Gil. That's probably why I couldn't feel the bites. Probably in that 5.5, 6 inch range. Maybe a little bigger, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't really start getting particular on measuring them until they're 7, 7.5, 8 inches long or bigger. And that's just because I'm picky, all right? Here we go. So like I said, I had about a dozen fish on me. There's still about 5 floating around there. Oop, 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 he was on it. He didn't stay on it, and I missed him. Da-da-da-da-da-da, and I missed you. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Come back, please. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Take my bait. So, another small gill here, and come out of your mouth, buddy. Also, I'm not in too deep of water. I'm in right at 10, 11 feet of water, and I've been really hammering this shallower bluegill bite this winter, mainly because nobody talks about it. And not only does nobody talk about it, but they don't fish it very often. You know, we hear about bluegill in the basin, and we hear about bluegill in the, you know, the 15, 20 feet of water on some deep structure, whether that's, you know, a downed tree or pallets or whatever. That's what we hear about. We don't hear about these shallow water bluegill bites on, oh, come up and eat me. Pretty sure there's one. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's in one's mouth right now. I started talking to you guys. This feels like better fish. He's an all right one. I don't hear about these you know, 10-foot on a weed bed bluegill bites. So that's why I've been pursuing them so much, simply because it's unheard of, and a lot of people are, you know, out in the basin behind me in 20, 30 foot of water looking for these bluegill, which there's definitely ones out there, but I'm just looking for less pressured fish to try and have an easier day, so I'm not using a, you know, a 1mm jig. Oh, I missed that one. That was going to be a good fish too. And as you can tell, there's a few of them around. All right, there, I got to clear up everything. Start over, because I think we've caught 3 fish in, you know, 4 minutes. And now, if you've not had enough of a rant, had a heck of an intro. Ooh, 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 come back up. Got one flying up at me right now. There we go. That's what we're looking for. I should honestly drill a second hole, but I've been just having so much fun doing this. That I've decided, what the heck. This is the size of fish we're looking for. That's gonna make some lovely fish tacos tonight. Like I said, that 7.5 inch range is usually where, you know, we start looking at keeping fish. So I'm putting a slot limit basically on them. And the reason I'm doing that is because obviously if you have a 2-inch long bluegill and you try filleting him, there ain't a whole lot of meat on him. If you have a 10.5 inch long bluegill, there's a lot of meat on him. But same point in time, you're taking out the best genetics in the lake at that point. So I'm like, all right, how do I balance this? And it's to really keep those middle-class fish. And you know, even in Minnesota, where we have a varying limit of fish, each lake will let you know how many fish you can keep. That's going to be a bigger one. Oh, he fooled me. He got wrapped in the deucer. With a varying limit of fish, most of them between 10 and 20 fish per lake. Some lakes are down to a five fish limit on bluegill. How do we protect that? How do we do that, right? So what you have to do is you have to say, okay, if you're really trying to maintain those genetics, you're gonna want to leave the fish that are going to be the best reproducers in the lake, and that's going to be your and not only best reproducers, but your best nest gardeners, especially with bluegill or panfish, well, bluegill in particular. But they're going to be your best reproducers. These are going to be your great big males. I'm talking, you know, your 9-10 inch fish that when somebody catches them, they look more like a pie plate than, I gotta find my jig. They look more like a pie plate than they do a bluegill. So, you know, that's what we're looking to keep in the lake. So it's a balancing act, in short. It only took me 4.5 minutes to make that point of what size fish you're gonna keep. And that's why I'm keeping, you know, this size fish. And this winter I've been letting a lot of those, you know, more master angler class fish go. Actually, I've let all of my master angler bluegill go this winter. Come back. It's gonna hammer me. There we go. And I've been trying to show that as well. He's a little guy. Been trying to show that as well, right? Of letting those big monsters go, and where, you know, you just can't get your hand around them, and they get weird looking. They look almost like a separate species. So anyways, there's a 9-minute intro to probably an 11-minute film. Oh boy, where are we at? Where's the next point we wanted to go over? Catch fish, okay? That's what we want you to do. Oh yeah, that's about right. Oh, look at this. We're learning camera angles. Oh no, my jigs. I now have an ice jig. Ha ha ha. All right, bad dad jokes aside. Sitting on my knees for 10 minutes on an intro was killing me. Killing me, Smalls. All right. Ooh, they're coming in again. I gotta get my... Now, I should drill a second hole, but I haven't learned from any of my mistakes in the past on where I've lost good fish in a single hole. Oh, I booted him off. Come back, buddy. There he is. Oh, that was such a light bite. When the moon touches the light like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Fish is flying in on me. Yep. I'm losing my mind. I set the hook on the fish and my bail opened up. And then from there, it only got worse. Ooh. I have to tilt my camera up just a touch. Oh, it's actually perfect. There we go. That should be good. Oh, okay. Get comfortable, because you're going to be sitting here for a while. Oh boy. Fish coming up. And I missed him. Do 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 do, and he's still there. Do 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 do. Come back down for you, buddy. Eat it. Eat it. Alright, I got a fish coming in. Let's see if I can mess this one up. There we go. He's on the bottom of the juicer. Oh, that would be why. He's a little guy. Alright, that's fine, bud. Just a little one. Okay, so we're to the tips and tactics portion of the video, and what I'm going to show you here is this is the weed pile that we're sitting on. So we can see that we're 9.5 feet deep. These weeds are coming up about 2 feet off the bottom, and that's what we're kind of targeting. Is these weeds will constantly have fish moving and rotating through them, and it's something that you can really hone in on and find. So that's the first part. Now, next thing that we're going to look at is we're going to look at the fishing chart. So you can see where we are at, and I've obviously been moving around this area a little bit. Let me zoom in some more, and then we'll zoom out some more. So what I'm doing is I'm finding these humps. Each color is a differentiation of 5 feet. So you have a light color over here, a light orange, and you've got a yellow, and you've got a green. Now, the yellow is the shallowest, or excuse me, orange is the shallowest, then the yellow, then the green. So I'm kind of right on this hump here, and just trying to, navigate around some of these weed patches. Now, the closer we go to the shallower water, the more weed patches we're going to find. So it's kind of a balancing act between if you want to fish the basin, this is that basin I was talking about, or if you want to fish the shallows. And I'm, indecisive as I am, so I just took a middle route and go, let's fish some of these kind of mid-depth waters, that 10 to 15 feet. That's what this band is. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. Obviously, we've been pretty successful on it. I started over here earlier in the day, and I've just kind of been making my way around this hump here and picking off fish. Since I'm that guy who wears sunglasses indoors, thank you for tuning into the video. Hopefully there wasn't too much soapbox talk, but I did have a couple points there that I really wanted to make, and hopefully showed you that the deep basin bite does exist, but sometimes you can fish some of that shallower water and really key into some of these really, really nice fish. What I mean by that, don't mean to change subjects, but that is a nice skill to eat. And I don't think anybody's going to complain that, you're not going to have enough meat if you catch 8 or 9 of those. So anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. If you liked the video, Please comment, like, subscribe, and tell me what you want to see next. Thank you very much. Good luck out there.